Good morning. Welcome back. And here's Asthma. One of the things I want to talk to you about today is petting service dogs. It's a common problem in the service dog community. Are you gonna get up? And it's up to each handler how they respond to someone asking them if they can pet their dog. It's always a good idea to ask the handler first if you can pet the dog. We frown upon people just coming up and my dog's tail. We frown upon people just coming up and petting our dogs while they're working. So it's always a good rule of thumb to ask if you can pet our dog. Each handler decides whether the time is right for you to pet their dog. Me personally, it depends on who I'm with or where I am. If I'm with my husband or my daughter, I will most likely say yes. I will release Asthma to go make friends with the person, and then I tell her to go back to work so she knows that she's in working mode. If I'm by myself, no, it's not gonna happen. I'm not gonna let you pet my dog because I don't want to risk Asthma being distracted by being petted and have something happen. Service dogs are not robots. They kind of have a oops moment every now and then. And I prefer for Asthma to be able to focus on me. So when I release her to go make friends, there's a small amount of time when I don't have her 100% focused on me. When I say focus, I mean being in tune to me, looking at me, checking in on me. Like I said, every handler is different. It's a decision. If you want a pet service dog, the best thing you can do is ask the handler first. Talk to the handler. Or you just want some love. Talk to the handler, not to the dog. Don't make what my husband says is, because he's on, don't do that. Don't make eye contact. Don't look at them in the eye. Don't talk to them. Talk to the handler. Are you being needy? And what have we here? She's being needy today. It's okay. The reason that it's kind of frowned upon in the service dog community to have people pet our working dogs is because it takes the dog's attention momentarily away from the handler, and that can have not so good results for the handler. It can put them in danger of being hurt or the dog to miss another. So we classify petting our service dogs as a distraction. Got it. Distracting a service dog in some states is considered a crime, and if something were to happen because you were distracting a service dog and the police are involved, you can face consequences. Save yourself some trouble. Save the handler from any kind of distress. Ask first. We've had a couple of occasions where people have distracted Asthma. The first one was my Asthma just came out of her training phase, and we were in line to check out, and a man pulled Asima's tail hard enough to where she let out a little yelp, my husband told me, and she broke her sister. Yeah, so it was not nice, was it? I'm getting kisses on camera. Thank you. Thank you, Mama. And my husband confronted the gentleman, and he was just very rude and very disrespectful. How that service dogs are only for blind people. Yeah. This is the second major incident. I'm gonna throw her off. The second major incident we had was just this past summer. When I loaded onto the elevator of our apartment complex. A gentleman who I think was a visitor, I hadn't never seen him before, was very determined to pass somehow. I got it, guys. I do. She's a beautiful dog, and she's lovable. But this gentleman was so determined to pass someone, even after I said, please don't pet my dog, that Asima became so distracted by trying to dog his hand, because she was tall, she was in training to dog up close and personal of Asima's nose. She was taught to dog, bob and weave, to avoid letting someone pet her unless she was released to go make fun. And this man was determined isn't even the word, I don't even know. I finally ended up putting Asima between my legs, and he still was trying to reach out and pet her. Asima missed the alert that the elevator had stopped on our floor. And I didn't even realize the elevator door had opened until it started to close. I rushed to the door and put my arm up to make it open back up. And I got us my heart. By the time we got to our apartment, I was in a full-blown anxiety attack. And I had to do her anxiety interruption. And she also had to do deep pressure therapy, which is where she lays across my legs and uses her body weight to calm me down. And it took quite a while. It was very, very upset. But there's a safety reason when handlers say no, you may not pet their dog. I've come to the conclusion that having patches of various kinds on Asima's vest are meaningless. People still attempt to pet her. Usually when I say please don't pet her, most people are quick to say, oh, I'm sorry, and then they ask, may I pet her? Again, depending on who I'm with and the circumstances, I may say yes, I may say no. It's my choice. I think a lot of people are just more misinformed or really just don't care. They see a dog, they want to pet it. It's really bad with kids. So people, please teach your kids not to approach any dog, working dog, pet dog. Don't let them approach a dog if they don't know. And always ask if it's okay to pet a service dog or any dog, because it's the best thing that you can do. Keep your child safe, keep yourself safe, because you don't know the dog. And our working dogs have been trained not to be aggressive. Again, you have the distraction factor, which can result in missed alerts, depending on what the handler needs. Again, shortly after asthma, transition from service dog and training to service dog. I was with my husband and my youngest daughter and my granddaughter, and there was like the third kid that was comes at us screaming, "Doggy, doggy, doggy!" Okay, I got it. You see the doggy. You want to pet the doggy. Are you a doggy? Yes. But the parents need to teach children, hey, you can't pet that dog. My daughter was able to stop the child from petting us, even getting very close to us. The amazing thing about my youngest daughter and my husband is that they know my triggers and they will do anything and everything to make sure that every outing we have is a positive outing and that asthma is able to focus 100% on me. I'm very grateful for both of them. So, Steve and Liz, thank you for being so awesome. That's pretty much all I have to say on that topic. Just do not pet. Don't make eye contact with the dog. Don't talk to the dog. Speak to the handler. When you speak to the dog, it's like, hey, you know, the handler is not important. We're all about the dog. We are important. We got it. Our dog is cute. Our dog is adorable. Our dog is lovable. So just do everything you can to give us space. Just respect the vest, as they say in the service dog community. Respect the vest. If you have comments, if you have questions, drop them below. We'll be happy to answer them. Also, if you have ideas for future vlogs, drop it below. We'll take it into consideration. Asthma has her own Instagram page, Asthma_service_dog_Baxter. We would love to have you follow us on our journey, and you will see pictures of her when she was a little puppy up until now. She also has a Facebook page, and I believe that is Asthma the Service Dog. So if you would please be so kind to click like, subscribe, and share, we'd be really, really grateful. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this was educational and explained to you the importance of not petting a working service dog. Until next time, I love you. Bye.